welcome to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm here today with a pick a card reading for you. Big welcome to my beautiful returning subscribers as always. Thank you guys so much for your presence. Thank you for your beautiful comments. Thank you to everybody who has reached out on Etsy for a personal reading, and to everybody who has left their comments below for your chance to win a free reading here with me on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, I do offer a chance to win a free tarot reading here from the Tarot Cottage. All you have to do is drop your comment below any of my readings this month, hit your notification bell, your like button. It really helps me to bring you guys more content, and then it allows me to notify you if you are chosen the winner. So be sure to do that. If you have stumbled here for the very first time, please pull up a chair and get cozy. We're all going to sit around this table and have a little chat because we're all friends when we gather around this table. So for today's pick a card reading, we're looking at a no contact situation, and why is it a no contact, and are they going to reach out to you? What does the future hold in this connection? We do have 3 piles to choose from today. Pile number 1 with the Lovers and the Green Adventurine. Pile number 2 with the Hanged Man and the Courts. And pile number 3 here with the Ethereal, the Empress with the Lapis Lazuli. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be messages waiting from Spirit, and my timestamps are listed below. I'm going to jump into pile number 1. Again, today we're looking at a no contact situation. Why is it in no contact, and are they going to reach out to you? Pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the Green Adventurine, and you were also drawn to the Lovers here as well. And so you could perhaps be a Gemini. Today we're talking about a no contact situation that you find yourself a party to, and we're asking, why is it in no contact? So maybe you already know why it's in no contact, but maybe this is just going to be Spirit's way of trying to solidify your choice here, your selection of this pile. But also we're going to ask, is it going to change? Are we going to see any contact coming in the future? Now the Lovers here, again, ruled by Gemini, and it's like 2 people, like twin flame energy. It's like a conjoined twin. Sorry, my throat's closing. So there could be a message surrounding even twin energy, for instance, but there's this feeling about, it's like 2 separate experiences in one person. It's like you feel like this is your other half, or they're supposed to be your other half. There's like a sense of deep, deep connection with this person. I also feel like you think very highly of them, and you're curious about what their perception is of you. And to be honest with you, I'm getting the impression that it's very mutual here between the 2 of you. So let's take a look here. These striped stockings give me an essence of a fear of loss that's coming through. So first of all, why is it in no contact at this time, please, Spirit? This connection for pile number 1, why is it in no contact? 7 of Wands. The 3 of Pentacles. Now, as soon as I see the 7 of Wands, I know that it's not, whatever the obstacles are, no matter what the no contact situation is comprised of, it doesn't necessarily indicate that it's impossible for us to come back into union. It just requires strength and determination. If you'll notice the boot and the shoe, there's a boot and there's a shoe. So it's hard for us to sometimes find the determination or the strength to power through some of the obstacles, because the imbalance that it creates could be huge. Why is it in no contact at this time, please, Spirit? King of Pentacles. The 3 of Swords. I do feel as though for someone watching that this person could be in a relationship, which is what's causing the no contact situation at this time. In fact, I'm getting the impression that both of you could be in similar situationships, so to speak. That may not resonate with everyone. We have the Judgment. For someone watching, I feel like this person isn't necessarily committed there in a physical sense, like they haven't signed a piece of paper, but they may have spent a couple of years building up this foundation. We do have the Hanged Man, and we do have the Tower. So let's clarify as we go forward here. The back of the deck is the Hanged Man, and you can see that the crown is all lit up. It's like there's a lot of thought going into this situation, perhaps overthinking as well. And I feel like it's in no contact at this time. Lots of regrets too, but in no contact at this time because they're afraid of the change. They're afraid of making change in this moment. They could be afraid of hurting other people if they are in a new relationship. But what this relationship has done for this person, and perhaps this will be mirrored to your own experience, but what this relationship has done for this person has brought them to a benchmark of understanding surrounding you and surrounding the connection. Because as soon as we experience contrast, we get to compare things. We get to compare the past versus the future. And that's what I feel like. There's this contrast that they keep comparing you to other things. And it's going to pale in comparison. Let's be honest. You're amazing. So it's going to pale in comparison. This person spends a long or a large amount of time reflecting upon the past and reflecting upon the future. And they feel really vulnerable about the things that they've done in the past, or the things that they maybe didn't do in the past. For this person, the no contact situation is in place right now because they don't feel like they have the power to reach out. But it could be because they've given that power or monopolized it elsewhere. We have the moon, and the truth of that lies in their strength and lies in their ability to face unknowns. It's like they reflect upon you a lot, but they've also suppressed in their environment their feelings for you. It's like they're not sharing it with other people. They're not talking about you in their environment. And again, very mirrored energy between the two of you. Both of these wolves are sitting face to face, fearful of the unknown. So there could be a message waiting there for you as well about your situation and about your investments right now, your commitments. It's in no contact right now because they fear the consequences of reaching out. They feel like it could be a foolish leap. And it's like their loyalty is being tested all the time when they think about taking that leap of faith. And that's their constant companion. It's like, I don't have a lot to offer you right now because all of my energy is being sequestered in another realm. And there's the devil. So I do feel like there is a physical attachment here, a relationship. Now, this devil doesn't have to talk about a physical relationship that they're stuck in or that you're stuck in. It does talk about a codependent attitude towards disappointment or loss. That could be the insecurity that they're feeling. They could be in no contact because they're just afraid of what will happen or what will be waiting for them if they try to make some type of proclamation for you. But I feel like they don't have the ability to commit in this moment. And they are speaking about watching you as well. And watching you from afar and watching you for a long time. They're also emphasizing going to school with you. So perhaps you came of age with this person or went to high school or college with this person. We have the Knight of Swords and we have the King of Pentacles. But they are indicating that just because there's no contact doesn't indicate that they don't want contact. So they are really anxious about that and about the future because they have a lot to say. They feel like they have a lot to say and they're afraid that they're too late to say it. We have on the floor, though, temporary situation. And I will say that although they can't commit to proclamations now, they do think about what it would be like to have this conversation with you. They do contemplate and reflect a lot about what would happen if I said this? What would happen if I took this step? Maybe I can't today, but I'm gathering information until perhaps I can. Because even the clouds surrounding the Three of Swords does indicate a temporary situation. And here we have the tent, which is temporary. So it could anticipate that they think that their foundation is not going to be for the long haul. The foundation that they're forming, they don't intend for it to be a long sort of situation or a forever situation. And when they think about you, they get very, very excited. You're the firecracker. We have a bird perched, waiting for news, package, or letter, and wanting peace from that. It's like in a perfect world, perhaps they wouldn't have to be the one to put anything at risk. In a perfect world, maybe you would be the one to reach out to them. But they definitely have heartache over what they no longer have. And they've had to suppress it. I get a lot of water energy. There's Scorpio energy here, Capricorn. Back of the deck says they feel like there are forces working against them. And we have this axe. So there is a message surrounding the Tree of Life and investments that they have planted as well. Now let's get a look at the future of this situation. Will there be contact in the future? For pile number 1, please. Will they make contact? We have the Chariot. And this person is very nostalgic about you, especially in the aspect of youth. It's like they think about you a lot in the context of you being in the past, in that version of you. They're also kind of lamenting some decisions they made about you or regarding you in the past too when they were young. And they were very young. King of Pentacles. I keep hearing that Boys to Men song that says, so hard to go back to yesterday. We have the Ten of Cups. I also have the Knight of Swords I just saw on the back of the deck. I feel like this person has intentions of creating clarity for you. It's like they have fantasies and they have dreams about the two of you not just having clarity, not just closure. It's not about closure here in this situation for you, Pile 1. This is about somebody who, in a perfect world, would be able to achieve abundance with you, would be able to build a life of abundance with you. Not just practical abundance, which is what they could be investing in right now, but abundance overall. And they really want clarity between the two of you. Here's the King of Swords, 10 of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. It's almost like they've practiced it. They've practiced the monologue. They've practiced what they want to say. They've practiced how they want to create change. They're tempted to kind of reach out, but there's a discrepancy here between whether they're actually going to be able to apply the strength or whether they're going to continue to delay because of uncertainty, because of fear. Because the clarity could be coming, but there's a lot of fear associated with it too. And this could ultimately affect the momentum of them being able to execute that change too, but they have so much to say. I almost feel like they have written you a letter or an email or something, but they've never sent it. Or again, they've practiced this monologue. They've practiced what they know they want to unload. And they have this intention in the present moment to ultimately see shifts and changes that are coming in. They may not be able to execute that change today, but they have intentions of breaking this no contact situation, Pile 1. They're afraid. Spirit is very adamant about the fear cycles that exist here, but they do have intentions towards you. Advice, please, for pile number 1 about this person. Communication is key. New Moon and Gemini, you were drawn to the Lovers. We have the communication is key. We have to balance spirituality and practicality, full moon in Pisces. And that could be what is causing the delays. Having to balance the intuitive messages, the prompts, the triggers from our intuition that's saying we should take action now, and the practical nature of our investments. It's like because we are spiritual beings having the human experience, we still have to abide by some of the rules of the 3D. And so they're trying to delay so that they can make sure that they have all their T's crossed and their I's dotted. It's like they're trying to wait for the perfect moment to launch, but they do have intentions of clarifying their feelings towards you. Part of them resists though because they're worried that they're too late for some reason. And that could just be because of the longevity of the situation or the past. Advice, please, for pile number 1 regarding this connection. We have here Dragonfly Illusion, you know who you really are, and Buffalo Abundance, you are provided for in all ways. It says speak less and listen more with empathy. So in this delay, in this moment, you may feel like you're kind of tolerating less than what you deserve here. It's like if they feel so profoundly about me, why aren't they taking action then? And you may feel like I'm tolerating way less than I deserve. Now, that's why Spirit says you have the authority. You don't have to lay in wait. They don't want you watching a pot that's boiling. They're saying that this person's being torn between changing directions and their responsibilities at this moment. And that's going to take the determination, which is going to take time. So they are asking for empathy and compassion towards them as you kind of wait for that momentum to come in for you. And ultimately, they want you to know that when we offer that type of forgiveness energy, it helps us to be propelled into more healing cycles as well. But there is momentum here, pile 1, for recommunication. And this person definitely wants to see that happen. I also feel like they're watching you online as well, which means that they could be privy to situations that you're a party to, and they may not want to create havoc for you as well. In the Bull, we have the Temperance, the Lovers reversed, the Page of Swords. Very strong emphasis on school. Very strong emphasis here on education and making poor choices. It's like I made the wrong choice. Maybe I made the wrong choice towards my partnerships. Maybe I made the wrong choice between just not even taking action upon you in the past. I created this Temperance reverse. I created the very stuck energy that we are a party to. And now the imbalance feels so great that it just mounts upon the helplessness that this person feels and the obstacles that are a representation of that helplessness. I'm also feeling like a moral choice in association with this person. We do have Scorpio, S and V, a number 1 and a Q. We have a little boy in the bowl, and we have the sweet results that await. So I think of the divine masculine in a state of youth or children. We also have here the surrender with the seahorse, something holding this person back. We have the sun ruin, powerfully overcoming forces against us, but also it's about clarity coming into full spectrum. We also have the stethoscope, so it's expression from the heart space and a hospital or nursing connection perhaps. All right, pile one, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. I would love to read for you. Be sure to hit your notification bell if you do so. I also have a link below for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to as well. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the Quartz and to the Hanged Man, and this is your reading. Why is this person in no contact with you, and are they going to reach out to you in the future? The Hanged Man talks about surrender. You can see that there's this temptation with the mermaid. And it's like, I'm being hung up because I'm afraid of getting caught for something. Maybe they're afraid of being lured into something that they can't resist. There's just this aspect about a lot of thought going into this temptation surrounding this connection. So you may be tempted, or this person may be tempted at this time. So let's take a look here and see. Why is this situation with pile number 2 in no contact to start with, please, Spirit? Why is there a no contact situation here? The Ace of Swords. The Three of Swords. I'm getting this message of that you may already be aware of like why it's in no contact right now. Because it's something that stings, it's something that kind of hurts when you think about it. Maybe it causes jealousy, causes insecurity. We have the Five of Swords. And it's something that's been worried about. I feel like there could have been arguments and conflicts in the past of this connection, but I also feel like this Five of Swords is in reference to the conflict that they feel when they think about creating solutions, or you think about creating solutions. Because I feel that they're worried that if they come forward or you come forward, that this is going to affect other people, not just the two of you, but others. And this others, you know, that category could, you know, hold a lot of different names. You know, there could be children, there could be other people involved. We have the Five of Cups. There's also, I'm getting a secondary message about conflict and about having a lot of regrets about the conflict that we had created together, or the conflict that we had together. There's a lot of regret here. There's a lot of loss energy. This person feels like they've lost their friend, their best friend, somebody that's very different from what they've experienced right now. We have the Knight of Cups and we have the Two of Wands. They feel like they have made, it's like they got faced with reality. So if there was a relationship here that was in the past, perhaps they made a new choice and they went into another connection. But what they found there was conflict. They didn't find what they thought they were going to find. And now they wish that they could go back in time and kind of correct everything. I also feel like it's not that there aren't solutions, it's that they're not focused on them right now because they're feeling too vulnerable in the present moment on creating those solutions. And you feel really far away. You could be geographically far away, you could be emotionally far away. There could have been an argument here that makes us feel really, you know, emotionally separated at this moment. But there's enough of a emotional separation in the very least that it's causing a lot of confusion. It's like they don't even know if you want to hear from them. They don't even know how you're feeling. They wonder if you've moved on from the situation. And that's a reality for them that really stings. They're worried about your perspective in this situation. I feel like there could have been other options that were explored in the form of other relationships in this situation, which could have caused the conflict and the no contact period in the first place. And it's like somebody who has to admit that they were wrong, and moving, you know, into the present, they may not have the capacity to do that right now. They're having a bit of a war with themselves about, should I admit that I was wrong? Or should I take this on the chin? Or should I admit that I was wrong? But they're getting there quickly. Like the remorse, the regret is coming in very quickly. And there's this message of like, you're not available, or you're unattainable, or I can't reach you. It's like maybe you've blocked them in some type of way. Or again, maybe they fear that you have completely moved on and they've completely wasted a great opportunity with you. They could be privy to sort of what you're going through right now. Maybe you're out in the dating world and they notice that online. It's like there's just something that conflicts them about taking action today. They want to. The Knight of Cups on the back of the deck here, the Two of Wands, says that they've been thinking about bringing forward an offer. They've been thinking about taking the step and vulnerability that's necessary to correct changes here, or to make the correct changes so that they can experience, in the very least, healing. It's like they want to apologize to you. And if that's the least that they can get, they'll take that. We have the King of Pentacles. There's definitely a sense of a past life connection here and them being afraid to face you. You can see that the Elephant is looking at that coin that has a little mouse on it. So they're thinking about communicating with you. They're thinking about that. They want to express. And they feel kind of helpless right now, but they don't realize that luck is actually on their side. They don't see that because the emotion's too thick. But they don't realize that maybe you'd be very open to communication. Maybe you'd be very open to healing, very open to apologies. In this moment, their strength is telling them it's impossible, it's too hard, there's too much pain here, there's too much conflict here, it's too difficult. It's too difficult. But the Four of Cups is coming in sideways because slowly but surely, hopefully they're going to achieve a new perspective and achieve a new application of strength along with that perspective. Because this Four of Cups says if we think it's impossible, then we'll surrender to this conflict, we'll stay stuck, and we won't find any solutions. But the temptation of you is big enough, is strong enough, that they're teetering away from that certainty. They're like, well, maybe I do have the strength to create more. But it has to come first with the remorse. The remorse has to come with the wave of emotion. And they're getting there rapidly. They could already be there. And Spirit says that it's that remorse allowing it to come in. It's kind of competing with the ego saying, don't worry about it. Just out of sight, out of mind. It's competing with that. And once that emotion trickles in, it's like the floodgates open and they start to see more solutions. We have the Empress. And you can see that the Empress is holding onto a shield that has a hummingbird, and the hummingbird is about moving quickly. The hummingbird can move through cycles very quickly, and it's about bridging a gap of pain to joy. So they may feel like you have moved on quickly, that you're guarding yourself, or you are guarded, or you have boundaries that you're maintaining with them. I don't feel like they realize that you have a lot of heart space messages that you want to share with them, that you are feeling. Yes, you're working on your transformation, and yes, you're evolving, but you still have a bone to pick here with this person. They're just showing me these chopsticks in the hair, you know, along with the transformation that's happening. And some of these butterflies are only half transformed, or they're showing themselves from their profile image, which gives me the essence of only half of this is done. It's like maybe you feel like you need some of that closure, some of the information from this person. But you may feel like it's not your job to come forward and speak to this person. It's like I'm getting this real sense of authority from the Divine Feminine saying, I've healed enough that I know it's not my position to come forward and approach this person. It's their job to come forward and approach me. Yeah, it's like I'm holding my boundaries. I'm standing my ground. So maybe you were in a situation with this person where you caved a lot, or you like really gave in to them when you really felt like you were pushing your own emotional safety aside for the good of them. And now you're like, nope, I have turned a corner. I am holding my boundaries here. And so it's like that's part of the hurdle for them, is having to get through the boundaries that they feel like are in place with you. Because I feel like the Divine Feminine has worked hard to get themselves to a certain perspective of healing. It's like this bear is wearing high top sneakers that are red, a symbol of empowerment. And the truth is that from the Divine Feminine's perspective, from your higher self perspective, Spirit says you don't even need this closure or this connection to keep evolving. The momentum you're creating is enough. And it's going to attract a lot more energy. It's going to attract a lot more attention from other people. And there's the High Priestess. Back of the deck is the Six of Cups. And we do have the Moon coming out as well. Very strong Scorpio energy, Aquarius energy as well for the divine feminine, Scorpio for the divine masculine, but of course that can be reversed. The Six of Cups is all about brokenhearted nostalgia. Look at all the tears, everything we've lost, and how it's hit them like a ton of bricks because of this vulnerability that they feel now. It's also a card of deep reunions though, and the longing to get back there. But in order for them to execute the changes, you know, it's like this is a planning, and the moon asks us to execute, asks us to trust in our higher self to guide us through a passageway of transformation, asks us to reveal ourselves, to call down the moon and trust our intuition to guide us, even if it guides us towards the other person. And so there is this emphasis on momentum. There's an emphasis on them wanting reunions with you. And they want to bring forward some type of apology for you, pile 2. How does this person feel right now about no contact? We have a two-faced friend, feeling like they lost their friend, perhaps being in a conflict because they felt like they were friend zoned in the past. So please take that as it resonates to your situation. News of a birth or a new business opportunity. And it says money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. But with this boat, I think about the Six of Swords and transitions into clarity, into peace, so that we can gain closure in the very least. And I think about the angler fish with this little dangle here on the front of the boat, and how the angler fish, the scary looking angler fish, is actually the feminine fish, and the male version of that species is much smaller and attaches itself to the feminine. So there's this aspect of being really intimidated by you if you're the divine feminine, feeling like you're kind of out of their league, feeling like you're unattainable, and that it's just a fantasy. We have here wish that will not be granted, because this is, you are the wish, you are the star. And if they keep applying the same force of conflict and fear and overthinking, then they're never going to be able to achieve the clarity that they want to achieve and the answers that they need. In need of help, assistance, and guidance, they want to get together with friends, and secret admirer. Oh, we also have seek out information that will help you. So it's all flooding out here. So this person could be watching you online. They could be very privy of your ascension and the position that you hold in the present moment. Now let's take a look here at the future of the connection. I am getting the impression of reunions that are going to be coming in for you, pile 2. I feel like they are in planning mode right now for this. We have the Empress. And there's a really strong message about forget-me-nots. And about, it's like you perhaps being the Empress are torn between the past and wanting to move into an abundant future, wanting clarity. We have the Six of Cups. I do feel like this person dreams about reunions with you. They may need a little bit of push. This is not for everyone, but this person may not be able to tap into the strength in a very timely way to be able to achieve this goal, but they do have the goal of reunions. In the very least, they want to apologize. In the hopeful realm, they're hoping they can ignite something more. They're hoping that they can break free from the prison that they put themselves in when it comes to you, whether it's because they hurt you or whether it's because they avoided the connection in the first place, whether it is because they chose somebody different. They want to correct that, and they're hoping it's in the very least I'll accept the apology, or I'll take the apology or I'll receive or give the apology. And on the other side of the spectrum, in their hopeful heart, they're like, maybe this will reignite. Maybe I can actually apply a new force this time. Maybe I can take what I learned in the past and apply it now and not find myself in this prison of my own design. Maybe I can weasel my way out of it and find a position that I'm really happy with here. That's their hope in the back of their mind. In the very least, they're like, I want to come forward and apologize and clarify my feelings for you. This could have just been a friendship in the past too for someone watching that now wants to be sort of transitioned into more. I do feel like you are going to get reunions eventually, but I feel like there could be delays here. Yeah, it says nothing is yet set in stone, the mutable moon. And that's the beautiful part about the tarot journey, is that it offers us solutions based on the present moment. And it offers us perspective so that we can take all of the information and apply it if we don't like the outcome, if we don't like the momentum, if we don't like the message that this person may hesitate because their loyalty to themselves and their loyalty to their ego and their loyalty to their higher self is being tested, then maybe we will have to step in to create solutions for ourselves as well. And some of those solutions may be reconnection, or some of those solutions may be just attaching ourselves to the perspective of healing and moving forward. But prosperity lies ahead, and surrender to the divine. And this is about surrendering to the prompts and the triggers that are igniting this person towards you, that are bringing them towards you in some type of way. And so the Spirit wants you to join them in that suit. They want you to surrender to the messages that your guides are going to be bringing forward for you concerning this person, especially in the near future. But they are saying that for the majority of the collective watching this reading, that prosperity and reconnections are assured in this connection. Whether it be you prompting it or them prompting it, I see reunions coming in. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 2. What was the last thought that this person had about pile 2 in the bowl today, please? We have in the bowl Ace of Cups, the Temperance, and the Star. Aquarius, very strong Aquarius energy here. This person was thinking about an offer. They were thinking about peace. They were thinking about unloading their emotions on you in some way. And they know that now's not the time, so they don't intend on implementing this now, but they have, it's like they're waiting for the perfect moment where they're not feeling vulnerable, but they have intentions towards bringing forward peace, which they hope will initiate a new emotional start, but in the very least will provide balance and healing for both of you. We have you, and we have it next to this little lipstick, so you're very attractive. We have I and E. We have at. We have a wrench in our plans, and we have Cupid's arrow. We have the Dagaz ruin, which is a dawn ruin. So somebody who wants to bring forward clarity for you. We also have here, no matter where, it's like I'll tap into strength and looking at things from a higher perspective with the wing. Pile number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading. And I just hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. You are drawn to the Lapis Lazuli or to the Ethereal, the Empress here, and this is your reading. Why is the situation in no contact, and will they reach out to you in the future? Now, the Empress here, you can see she looks like a mermaid, and she's got a raw heart in her hands. So there's danger associated here. It's like she's dangerous. She's attractive, but she's also dangerous. So this could be implying the attraction and the temptation that they have towards you, or the fear that they have about reaching out to you. So they could be intimidated by you because they could feel like you're angry at them for some reason, or they could be intimidated by the impression or the influence that you have in their life. So let's take a look here and see. Pile number 3, please. First, we're going to ask Spirit about why is this in no contact? Why does this situation have to be a no contact situation at this time? What are the reasons behind it? Always remember that I'm dealing with collective energy, so if the message doesn't resonate with you, you can try a different pile or a different reading. But why is this situation for pile number 3 in no contact, please? We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Moon. We have the Two of Swords. I feel like this person can't decide what to do. They can't decide what to do when it comes to you. For some, this person might be unavailable or unable to commit, but that's not the overarching theme here. It's like they, for some reason, they just can't decide what to do here in a situation. I mean, they're being prompted. They're being prompted, but there's something very intimidating about you. It's like there's a force within you. Maybe you're like an entrepreneur. I'm just feeling like you're like this boss energy. We have the 10 of Cups and we have the 8 of Swords. Now let's clarify this as we go. The Ten of Cups can really speak to a lot of different energies, and because I'm dealing with the collective, there's going to be a lot of different scenarios that are coming into play here. The Ten of Cups can be a family situation. It can be something that we've invested in where there's children involved and there's a lot of abundance and they feel kind of limited there. There's a Seven of Cups, but there's also a message coming in about, it's like the lack of clarity. It's like they don't know what's going to be meeting them. They don't know what version of you they're going to meet, or they don't know what's going to happen if they do give into temptation and reach out to you. They're afraid of you. It's like they're afraid of changes in their life. When I saw this Ace of Pentacles, I almost saw one of those old time mirrors where all the lights were around, like star energy. And that's what I feel. It's like you're something that they wish upon, or they're crushing on you really hard, like you're a star. Because the Knight of Wands doesn't, it's like I just heard firecracker. They just want to take action. They just want to go forward, you know, without the worry of the consequences. And they really want to communicate with you, but they're really afraid to. So they keep delaying. It's like they're procrastinating. And that's what could be creating the no contact situation. It may not have anything to do with other people. It may have everything to do with them inside and their own like confusion in their mind. Because the Seven of Cups says that they're confused about how you're feeling. They're pontificating upon what they think you feel, and it's making them feel really insecure. And perhaps because you have so much power over them, it's like you have their heart in your hand. So it's like, what happens if you crush that heart? I am getting a secondary message for others, however, about investments that we have implemented in practical situations, and how their attraction to you competes with that focus. The Knight of Wands just wants to go for it. The Seven of Pentacles says, but what if we already invested? What are our responsibilities here? And so there's a real combative energy between their desire and their reality. The Hermit, Virgo. And it feels like they're almost like waiting for like the perfect moment to approach, or it's like perfection falling into place. They're waiting for that. But what they don't understand is that we are the momentum that creates fuel. We are the forces that create all of the momentum in our life. And so if we don't create that force, it may never come. The serendipitous events are actually things that we are conjuring up, that we are bringing into fruition. We have the Seven of Cups. It may present in ways that are surprising to us, but we're still conjuring it up. One of the reasons why there's no contact here is because it feels emotionally easier for them in this moment. No matter what their dynamic is, it feels easier. Ultimately, when we feel like it's easier not to take action instead of taking action, we're not avoiding anything. We're actually creating an acute or a chronic situation out of an acute situation. They feel like it's easier to not reach out. But nothing ventured, nothing gained. And they just it's like they can't commit to it. They can't decide what to do. Because if they commit to it, that means they have to turn their face towards their emotion. They have to take their blinders off. They have to open up that heart space. They have to face their sense of security. We have the King of Swords. Back of the deck is the Fool. And there is the Temperance with the Nine of Cups. I feel like this person is crushing on you so hard, pile one. It's like they are punishing themselves by keeping away, to be honest. They think of you as almost like a trophy. It's like, how smug would I be if I had this person's love? You could be a water sign. You could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. There's this energy about how smug would I be if I had you on my arm. So you are like this trophy energy. Now may not be the time for me because it's like testing me in this moment. They don't have the courage to really tap into communication to you in this moment because they can't decide. But that doesn't mean that pressure isn't being applied to them through this situation and from the past. Like there's pressure that's creating that Eight of Wands. But they're also highlighting the stiletto heel and the divine feminine and everything beautiful about you. So it's like really intimidating for them. I'm almost getting a sense of this person kind of being awkward sometimes. We have Bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. But we have August, Leo energy. But it's like a bridge over troubled waters. Teetering into Virgo energy as well. We have Pig, beware of greed. When I see the pig, I think of the Four of Pentacles, and I think about concern for the home, so that could resonate with you, of one of the reasons why they may be in no contact at this time. They feel like it's too greedy to have their cake and eat it too. They have a lot of concern for sexual matters. And there's the firecracker. Firecracker, back of the deck, says birth or conception of a child or enterprise. Now that can also relate to the Ten of Cups and any investments that they have made that they feel like are competing with their desire for you. That doesn't have to resonate with everyone. I get a really strong sense of intimidation coming from this person as one of the main reasons why they're not approaching you. Because they feel like in this moment, they're like, it's just easier for me to delay. It's just easier for me to fantasize than it is for me to proclaim and announce my coming in some type of way. Why is this in no contact? Please for pile number 3. It's like they can't commit to the decision. And perhaps because they have no room for commitment right now. The 7 star sisters, the tapestry of life, expression and birthing creation. And in this moment, they are fantasizing about that. They're contemplating taking that leap of faith. And they're really thinking about expression, but they're kind of being pulled in different directions right this moment. We have here spontaneous awakening, integration time, and breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, and micromanaging the universe and the double mission. So in this moment, there's kind of a double mission that Spirit's really relaying to me about this situation, and how applying force towards you is not just checking off clarity in your connection. It's us also tackling some major themes here in this connection. It's tackling the Hermit, the Judgment, the Moon, forcing us to face changes in our life, forcing us to contemplate a plan and execute it despite the fear. So there's a lot of major arcanic themes here that are also being applied to this situation. So we're gaining a lot through every time we make waves here, every time we contemplate, every time we take action upon an inspiration, we're actually chipping away at our soul contract as well. But let's take a look here at the future and see about contact. Now, I'm getting the impression that this person is feeling a strong wave of impulse to reach out to you, to communicate to you. But it's perhaps going to take a risky leap of faith on their part. Again, because of practical reasons or emotional ones, they feel like they have to step outside of their comfort zone and face the firing squad, so to speak, in order to do it. They also feel like now may not be the time, but will they reach out? Please to pile number 3. Will pile number 3's person reach out to them? They're making plans, Virgo energy. Queen of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. I feel like the Queen of Swords here is going to get really tired of the wait, the delay that they were anticipating, because sometimes the Hermit will take baby steps towards their goals. And if they take baby steps, sometimes this Queen of Swords says, that momentum's not good enough for me. The movement is here, but it's not fast enough. We have the 7 of Cups. I just saw the 3 of Swords. We have the Hanged Man. We also have the Queen of Cups here with the Judgment. So Spirit says that this person might actually hit a bit of a brick wall when it comes to actually applying the force of contact towards you. And that's something you're going to notice as time kind of ticks away and you don't hear from this person. And this may frustrate the Queen of Swords enough that she says, you know what? I don't care what I'm gonna face. I'm gonna reach out to you. So you may take the bull by the horns and reach out to this person, or you may kind of go through this process of reflection about, I'm not perceiving change, so I'm going to surrender to my options, or I'm going to surrender this connection overall. It's a hard sell though, because Spirit says your heart is definitely set upon clarity and set upon solutions in this situation, and that tempts you. You'll notice the Divine Feminine here is a mermaid again. So there's a lot of temptation surrounding this, and that could be, again, another huge message about why there is no contact right now. But I feel like this person will have a difficult time executing contact towards you, even in the future. And I feel like the Divine Feminine might get tired of that and make accordances. It's like she's going to act accordingly, or she's going to shift her approach. And that could come in a lot of different forms. Again, you could just resolve to cut this person out. You could resolve to take actions into your own hands and make contact happen. but they are naturally going to flow into contact with you. So let's get a charm bowl, please, here for pile number 3. What is the last thought that this person had about contact with pile number 3? 7 of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the King of Pentacles. The issue with this King of Pentacles is that he gets very jealous in association with you. You have a lot of influence and power over this person emotionally, but they don't follow through sometimes. It's like they just fall back into despair, or the obstacles become too much, so they don't follow through. And that's what's creating the stagnation in this Wheel of Fortune. That's why it's in this state of limbo, is that nothing changes if nothing changes. And if this person continues to apply a lack of effort, that's what they're going to see in the results as well. Just got a letter G. I just saw a G that popped up on the side of my bowl. We have L and V as well. Creative accountability with the blank canvas. We also have here the chain of events. So I think of attachment, Capricorn energy, fear. We do have a Christmas present. I think of December. We also have Capricorn. Somebody who is watching you, and there may be somebody who wears glasses, and somebody who's gathering information perhaps about you. We have I Can, and we have Gemini, looking at things from a higher angle, looking at things from every single angle. Perhaps this person could be a Gemini. All right, pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a beautiful day.